All right guys, so welcome back to Home on the Hitch. Today we're going to talk about what could possibly be the most important piece of equipment that you're going to have as a full-time RVer or someone who is working from the road. That is not going to be tires or suspension or brakes. That's going to be whatever setup you have for your internet. So Mel has left me to my own devices again here, and I am not responsible for whatever happens in her absence. So that gives us the opportunity to talk about internet setups. Starting at the bottom, you're going to have park Wi-Fi. And park Wi-Fi, if you talk to anyone who's been RVing for any length of time, is going to tell you that park Wi-Fi is usually a horrible option. It's usually not very trustworthy or dependable fast at all because you've got everyone in the park using the same Wi-Fi connection and bandwidth, and the parks are usually not equipped with high quality internet to start with. Now there are some exceptions, like the park that we're in right now. We've been here for about 2.5 months. They have great Wi-Fi. They have fiber optic Wi-Fi with repeaters all around the park, so everybody gets a really good signal. It stays strong all day long and the speeds are great. Make sure you do all the things. Click the subscribe button, thumbs up, notification bell so you don't miss a video when we release it. And it really helps us out with YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Hotspots off your telephone, your primary phone. Most carriers allow you to have some hotspot data off your telephone, and that's great if you're just kind of doing things on the weekend and you don't need a lot of data, then you can get by with that. But if you're doing heavy usage, then that data on your cell phones is going to go pretty quick, and once you get to a certain point, whatever it is on your plan, they're going to throttle that down. But it is a good option to have in a pinch if you're somewhere that doesn't have any other service and all you have is your telephone hotspot. So along the same lines is going to be more high capacity, faster cellular plans. We're not affiliated with any of these plans, and we don't have any of these plans that I'm about to mention, but a lot of full-timers do use it, YouTubers as well, and that's like Nomad Internet, any of the plans that Mobile Must-Haves offers. And they have a lot of different packages with a lot of different equipment, faster equipment, more expensive equipment, no cap data plans, high-speed data plans. Definitely something that you need to research. This is where you're getting the stuff that you're going to be using working from the road full-time. A little bit more expensive, but it's going to work well for you in most cases. Now you're still limited to where you have service signal. If you have a T-Mobile plan, you have to have T-Mobile service where you're at, or it's not going to work. But all right, so now's when we're going to cover the elephant in the room, and that's going to be Starlink. There's a lot of people that rave about it. There's been a lot of people to get it and send it back, and I really think it's very new, number one, so there's going to be growing pains. Number two, I think it's going to depend a lot about where you use it. On the eastern coast, in the eastern United States, you got a lot of hills, a lot of trees, and sky obstructions can become a big issue. If you've got a half open sky and half trees, you're going to have a lot of service interruptions because these are low Earth orbit satellites and they're moving fast. And there's a lot of them, but if there's trees kind of in the periphery of the satellite's view, it's going to lose connection, and from some of the reviews I've seen, quite often. So a lot of people have tried it and sent it back. Now, if you're primarily out west where it's wide open and flat and you've got this huge wide open sky, then it's all the rave. I think that it would be a good option to have as long as it stays cost effective. I think that most people that are living full time and using the internet on the road will agree and tell you, if you're new and trying to figure all this out, what's going to work for you, is that a combination of all of those things is probably the best option that you're gonna have. All right, so that brings us to what we use, and we're gonna talk about that. So we're not sponsored by any of these manufacturers or services. We bought all this stuff ourselves. This is our own personal trial and error as to what is working well for us. So we have Verizon cell phones with 50 gigabyte hotspots on each phone. We usually have a pretty good Verizon signal wherever we go, but sometimes no. So this little gem right here, this is the Skyroam Solus, and it is a great option to have. It is a little hotspot, but it is a SIM-free hotspot. It doesn't have a SIM card. Basically, you turn it on and it will hook to whatever carrier has the strongest signal in the area that you're in. Two drawbacks to it. The data is a little bit more expensive, but there are several different plans that you can buy. And two, the antennas inside of it are not extremely powerful. It never seems to have a very strong signal. I can put one AT&T device here and it might have 4 bars, and then look at this through the Solus app and it might have 2. So the antenna inside this, and of course it's very small, but I think that's one of the biggest drawbacks to this device. But now I hope that since we have installed the WeBoost, which there's the interior antenna and there is the booster module on the wall, that I would be able to place this close to that and get a much better signal out of the Solus. So the lack of antenna in there becomes less of an issue. And our other new addition to the internet toolbox is the T-Mobile 5G home internet, which T-Mobile just updated all their service agreement and statements to say that this is mobile anywhere there is a 5G service. So you can see the signal that we have on the T-Mobile right now, and it's almost full bars. But if I reach over here, I'm gonna reach over here and unplug the WeBoost, and it takes a couple of seconds, but watch the signal meter on the T-Mobile. After a few seconds, it's gonna kick down. Boom, there it goes. Now it takes the same amount of time if I re-plug in the WeBoost, and it kind of kicks up. Boom, now it's back to almost full signal. That's what the WeBoost does. Like I said, it doesn't create something out of nothing, but it does amplify. If you have a decent or a low signal to start with, it's gonna boost it. So, as much as it can anyway. It's worked well for us. This T-Mobile has worked well for us as well. It is a mobile gateway. It's got a SIM card in it. It's got Ethernet on the back, so you can hardwire to your computer if you want to. It is unlimited data, $50 a month. If you are a T-Mobile customer cell-wise, then I think it's $35 a month. Pretty good service so far. All right, guys, that's a real quick video on just some options that you might have for internet on the road if you're thinking about part-time or full-time RVing. And if internet is a thing that you need, then you're gonna have to research these options. I'll put links in the description below for the things that we talked about, and go there, research what might work the best for you, because it's gonna change depending upon what your needs are, but this will get you started. So anyway, until next time, guys, take care of each other, love each other, and make every moment count. See you next time.